Ladies and gentlemen, I am disgusted. I am appalled. I am viscerally upset. I woke up this morning thinking, oh, I can't wait to wake up, sit outside my patio, have a nice cup of coffee, and scroll through the anime awards so we can make a video and talk about it for the podcast on Monday. But ladies and gentlemen, what I woke up to was something absurd and something horrible. And this is so bad because it's making me come off like the biggest Demon Slayer hater, which is not the case. I thoroughly enjoyed the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie this year, and I think it was an incredible movie. And if it were not for the Chainsaw Man Reze Arc movie, I think it should have won. But ladies and gentlemen, this is highway robbery at its finest. It's unfair, it's cruel, it's evil. I cannot believe the Chainsaw Man film did not win the award for Best Anime Film at the Crunchyroll Awards. What are we doing? Actually, it is objectively, I think, obviously, I can't say objectively. This is going to sound bad. I think that the Chainsaw Man movie does something that the Demon Slayer doesn't, in that it actually feels like a movie. The Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie that came out in theaters, you can tell, was very much sliced up as if it was going to be an anime episode. A lot of people complained about the movie, about its pacing, that it was so long that, there were a lot of moments where it just felt like, when we get the whole backstory about the third tier, the third level upper ranked demon. I forget his name. It starts with an A. When we get his whole backstory, people were like, man, this really felt like out of place and just long and just, kind of taking away, not from the moment maybe, but just kind of, making you step back when you're supposed to be in a fast paced situation. And I very much agree with that. But again, like I said, it's not a bad movie. Ufotable killed it with the animation. Incredible, incredible film. I remember being so hyped seeing Zenitsu's fight, seeing Tanjiro get his moments in revenge for, Rengoku. That was incredible. I think that was awesome. Again, no problem with the Demon Slayer movie, but I just think that that goes to show you how incredible the Chainsaw Man Reze Arc movie was, and that it should have won Anime of the Year, man. What is so good about the Chainsaw Man film is again that it feels like a movie. It has a start, middle, end. It feels like it's a whole conclusion, and although it's a continuation of season one of Chainsaw Man, it stands on its own. You can take anyone who's not into Chainsaw Man into this movie, and they could come away enjoying it. And again, you could say that for the Demon Slayer film, but only in the aspect about the fights. You're not going to know the character's motivation, their drive, which the Chainsaw Man movie explains very well in the beginning, setting up Denji as this character who's lost, who's looking for, physical affection from Makima, and then gets that attention from Reze, and then, realize that there's more to this physical attraction than what he actually believes and what he sees and then what he wants in the end. And then we get an incredible fight with the bomb devil, the chainsaw devil going at it. So cool. The typhoon devil, the animation, the characters are hilarious, funny, and then you get a beautiful end to that story that just makes you gut wrench and just makes you cry. And the music, oh my gosh, the soundtrack was so good. The soundtrack, man. Ah, it's unfair, dude. I really am just very upset by this, guys. I love Chainsaw Man and I also love Demon Slayer. Obviously, Chainsaw Man holds a bigger place in my heart, so I am, I guess, a little biased. But come on, man. It's just like it very much clearly feels that the Demon Slayer wasn't even meant to be a movie, and it's just getting this praise because of how well it did domestically. But that's also because it's such a big IP and it's had a history of this already and its success. And I don't think that should define, what makes the best movie. I mean, that would be like if the Oscars were like, "Hey, Avengers Endgame, you guys made over $1 billion, and it was the biggest like cinematic event in the most recent, like the past few decades. So we're gonna give you the Oscar because that was obviously the best movie." And it's like really, like that's just not the case. Like I think that the voice acting, I just think that everything checks all the boxes in Chainsaw Man more. The symbolism, the deeper meaning, the thematic themes are more there than just this, blind going in and just having fun adventure with obviously raised stakes that's about to be at its climax. But again, and this is horrible because it makes it sound like I hate the Demon Slayer movie, which I really don't. But I just really loved the Chainsaw Man movie that much more. Again, both incredible films. I think in any other year this movie would have won. Um, well, I guess I don't know if it was going against like a Studio Ghibli movie or something along those lines, but yeah, It just sucks, man. It just really sucks that the Chainsaw Man movie didn't come out on top. I was really hoping to, and it also holds a big place in my heart. I mean, I we that was our most viral video whenever the movie came out and the reaction, and I just remember going to the theaters and being so satisfied. I think as a one-to-one adaptation, the Chainsaw Man movie was so good. It captured every single emotion and made me care about Reze in such a short period. The movie's not that long, and we get introduced to Reze, the Typhoon Devil. We get more time with Beam, characters that aren't really touched on. We get the whole beautiful opening with Makima, and then we finally see her true colors at the end of the film. It's just it does a lot in such little time, and I think the pacing is so well that it switches between two genres of romance and slice of life, and then going straight into this dark action fantasy, which is really cool. And I think they did such a good job again with the story and making it flow well like a movie should. Whereas the Chainsaw Man one, you could just tell the pacing was off, and so many different things where you can clearly tell almost like where they were splicing the episodes out. And that was just a little upsetting, man. I never go to the restroom during movies, but I had to for Demon Slayer because it was that long. And yeah, man. Yeah, it's just it's a little sad. It's a little upsetting, but I don't know. That's just my initial thoughts. I was really upset about this news. If you guys want to hear more about my thoughts on more about the Chainsaw Man movie when I get more time to think about it, we're gonna have our podcast coming out Monday, and also we're gonna be reacting to the rest of the awards like best anime, which I won't spoil here, but it's pretty cool. And then some of the other predictions that we made coming true, which is nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make this short video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all this weekend. Peace. Arrivederci. I didn't say arrivederci. Oops.